I'm walking around an outdoor art exhibition on Brighton Beach. And there's some photos that are up. There's some really good ones, nice photos that an artist has put together. And it's an outdoor, coronavirus friendly art exhibition on the beach in Brighton. And I just started thinking about art and what it means to me, because obviously we're being told at the moment that we're sort of irrelevant, expendable is what the Tories are making me feel like. And I just wanted to share what art means to me and what it has done for me. So when I was growing up, I grew up in Essex, and I love Essex, I love my friends in Braintree, but I always felt different. I always felt like, I was called a weirdo. No one, it wasn't horrible. People liked me. I was very lucky. I didn't have a rough time at school. I had a nice time at school, overall. But my whole reality transformed on some marked occasions. The first one was when I went to Kentwell Hall, Tudor reenactment, which is the place that I still work at now. And I was 10, I was 9. I was 9 when I went with the school. And it was a different reality. Like, I literally went to a different reality. It was Tudor, and it wasn't the way that Essex was. And I went there and I just fell in love with the place, and my teacher and my parents saw how in love with the place I was and arranged for me, age 10, to go there with no one looking after me and have a week off of school to live as a Tudor. And I went and did it, and it completely changed my life. I realised that there was a whole array of different realities, not just the one that I'd grown up in. Like, all of the people there were from all over the world, literally all over the world, people from Australia and all over the place. And everyone had a different outlook and a different perspective to the ones that I'd grown up with. And it just opened my eyes and made me realise that reality is a construct. It's not one thing. It's not a fixed thing. It's a myriad of different perspectives, different versions that are all narratives, they're all stories. So that was the first marked moment where I realised that art was amazing. The second one was when I was at Colchester Sixth Form College doing my A-level theatre studies. And up until that point, theatre had always been musicals. Like, my drama group was musicals. Lots of the stuff I saw at the stage at West End was musicals. And then while I was doing A-level theatre studies, we were shown a video of Peter Brook's production of the Marquis de Sade with Glenda Jackson playing Cordelia. And she used her hair to whip the Marquis de Sade. And there was all of these performers in it that were like mummers players at Kentwell, like these medieval players. And they were jumping around being completely loony, and it was the most crazy thing I'd ever seen. And it was high art, and it was Peter Brook, and it was like this celebrated director. And I was like, what? So what? You can make theatre like that, and not only is that possible, but it's also seen as the creme de la creme of theatre. And I was just like, that just looks like Kentwell to me. That's amazing. So I can make theatre like that. I can make work that's like that, and that's interactive and knows the audience is there and plays with the audience and just turns reality on its head like a jester. I was like, this is amazing. This is what I want to do with my life. That was amazing. That was when I was 18. And then from then, I just discovered fooling. And fooling is literally the highest magic I've ever discovered. I'm into witchcraft, I'm into finding the magic in things. And fooling is just so powerful, because what it teaches you, again, is that reality is a construct. So reality for the Tudors was just as real as reality for the Victorians, as reality for the Romans, as reality for people living in India right this second, as reality for the royal family right now. Everyone is living in this very real reality, so real that they'll kill people over it and fight wars over it. but they're all completely different. And when you make theatre, you realise that we are able to write the narrative ourselves. We can play with the simulation. We're in a play, and we can, with our words as spells, with spelling, we can spell our reality into any shape we want. It's the most powerful thing ever. It's what art and theatre is all about. It's showing you that this whole reality is a creative act. Create or be created, as my teacher Jonathan Kay says. And it's time we started creating something a bit more exciting, because we've been created by these people who are telling us that art is irrelevant, because they don't want us being creative. They are. They're in charge of the game. They've woven a very good narrative where they're in charge, and we all have to do as they say. But we don't. It literally is made up. Laws are made up. Everything is made up. Like, we literally have made the whole thing up. And we continue to agree with it, buy into it, add to it. We're adding to the narrative all day, every day. So it's time that we started taking control of the pen and writing a narrative that's a bit more beautiful, kind, gentle and friendly, because it's totally possible. So that's what art has done for me, and I love it. And calling myself an artist was like a real moment. I was like in my 20s, and it was a real moment of stepping into my power, and, you know, kind of like a coming out. It was like, I'm an artist. I'm an artist. I am an artist. And it's the fucking best thing about me, and I love it. And no, I'm not going to retrain and work as a computer programmer, because that's not what I do. If it was what I do, I'd already be doing it. And, you know, full respect for everyone who is a computer programmer. I literally can't do that. It's not what I do. They wouldn't be able to get up and fall. So, hurrah for the arts. And I'd love to hear what art means to you and how much you love art. Let's just celebrate how wonderful art is and fill the airways with our love for the creative beauty in the world. Divine beauty is really what we should be caring about. The most important thing, I believe, in the whole universe is divine beauty. Let's make our lives about that and not about anything else. Love is divinely beautiful. Kindness is divinely beautiful. And this view here is divinely beautiful. That is what it's all about. Take a deep breath and feel that divine beauty inside of you. We're full of it, all of us. And don't let any fucking Tory tell you otherwise.